Craig Parker here, Parker's Property Sourcing. Just coming at you with another video today. And today's video is going to be about the massive surge in mortgage approvals in 2025. So in this presentation, I'm going to provide you with just an overview of the recent surge in mortgage approvals, which we're going to explore the key drivers behind this trend, the implications for both home buyers and investors, and the outlook for the remainder of the year. My aim in this video is to provide you guys with a clear and structured understanding of where the market is heading and how best we can position ourselves for the upcoming opportunities for what I think are about to arise. So again, hope you enjoyed the video. If you're enjoying it or not enjoying it, give me a comment below. Your feedback is always welcome. So, as we entered in 2025, the UK market experienced renewed energy, basically. And it was a combination of government policies, greater economic stability, I'd say, and improved confidence among the lenders that helped unlock the momentum that we're talking about today. It's led to an increased appetite for both residential mortgages and investment opportunities, I believe. So signalling a pivotal moment in the property market. So with all the new, things that I would say are barriers and boundaries that have come in, it's actually eased up the strain you get from the lenders, of which why they're starting to approve a lot more mortgage applications, which in my opinion is good news, really, especially for new investors that haven't have invested before. If you're listening and watching this video, it's not as hard as it has been to get approved for a mortgage, which I think is always going to be good news, So the surge in mortgage approvals can be traced to several important drivers, I'd say. First, government incentives have encouraged first-time buyers to enter the market. Secondly, the interest rates, they've come down a little bit, just a little bit, and they've also stabilised after a period of, it was quite volatile, to be fair. And then now it's started to stabilise. It's restoring a little bit of confidence, in investors and first-time buyers. And third, the demand for housing continues to rise as population growth is constantly growing, basically. So it's applying pressure, for supply. And we know we all like supply and demand, So, and then lastly, lenders themselves are demonstrating greater confidence, leading to increased approvals, which again is good news, man. It's good because, especially for myself, going into trying to grow my portfolio, I like the fact that there's more lenders being more lenient, and less hoops to have to jump through at times. So it's good. It's all good news. So looking at like market data and statistics, it illustrates that the strength of the trend, basically. So mortgage approvals have risen significantly since 2024, reaching levels not seen in many, many years. The average loan size has also increased. So it's indicating that buyers are both confident in the market and prepared to commit to higher value properties, basically. And this provides a strong signal of recovery and expansion across the property sector overall. So what impact does this have on home buyers? Well, the increase in approvals translates to, easier access to mortgage finance and broader opportunities within the housing market. But it also brings competition. So if more people are getting approved, more people are going to be going for houses, especially first-time buyers, So as more people secure financing, property values naturally they're going to rise, and they're going to get, they're going to go up as they do naturally anyway. But with more people being approved for mortgages and it being more easier to access finance, property prices are going to start rising, and it makes it more competitive because the units are going to be moving a lot faster. So, as an investor, what impact does it have on us? Yeah, um, it's the picture I'd say is equally positive. The buy-to-let sector is going to be benefiting from increased mortgage approvals, with landlords able to access finance a lot more readily. And at the same time, rental demand remains strong and good return on your investments or yields. So these conditions create opportunities for portfolio expansion, of which I'm trying to do, and I'm sure you're trying to do too, and strategic investment in growth areas, which is really important. Investment in growth areas at this time would be, for me, very, very vital for us to be really thinking about right now as property investors, especially where I've been harping on about it for the whole video. If you haven't heard already, it's becoming a lot easier to get lending and funding. Just a little bit on risk and considerations, because as savvy investors, we got to make sure that we're taking in consideration everything. So after we've worked out that we have the demand, we've found an area with a high rental demand, and we've worked out our return on our investments, and we've worked out how we're going to finance it. There are a few risks and things to take into consideration. So despite the positive trends, it's essential to acknowledge the risks, in my opinion. Interest rates while stable, they remain subject to the economic conditions and the central bank policy. So affordability is another consideration, I would say, as well, as rising property prices could exclude some buyers from the market. So, regularity oversight of lending practices could also happen, which could limit approvals if conditions change. So something to just be aware of when invested in property, I would say that we've got to keep an eye on what's happening with the central bank, interest rates, so on and so forth. So the outlook for 2025. So looking ahead, I would say it's very encouraging, as mortgage approvals are expected to remain at elevated levels, supporting a healthy property market. Property values are anticipated to grow steadily, as always, as I've said before. Over the course of 10 years, property values double in price on average in the UK. Investor demand is likely to strengthen as the market continues to build confidence. The combination of these factors suggests a positive environment for both buyers and investors. So for me, I'm a positive guy, if you haven't noticed already, but I'm very, very positive and optimistic and, encouraged by the things that I'm researching, the signs that I'm seeing in the UK property market for buy-to-let investors. So just to conclude, this presentation, again, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, remember to, do all that good stuff, like and subscribe and all of that stuff, comment. Let me know if you thought it was informative or not. But just to conclude, mortgage approvals that are driving up, it helps with the property market, the momentum that it builds. It is providing opportunities for buyers and investors. And I would say, now is the time to start positioning yourself in very strategic positions to capture the potential rewards in what we can see happening right now. If we get in now, we get some good prices, good houses below market value at a good mortgage rate, with all the lenders being a little bit more flexible nowadays. When the property rises start to boom and go crazy again, because it gets a little bit harder and the demand starts to drop a little bit, guess what? We're in. We've got a little bit of, capital within our investment. So, everything's looking good for me, in my opinion. Mortgage approvals are at its highest that it's been in a long time, which is pushing up, the price of properties because there's more people trying to buy. So, hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe. I've been Craig Parker. Till next time.